Hello and welcome to the Fish Nerds, the show about fish, fishing, and eating fish. I'm Clay Groves, Chief Executive Fish Nerd and the host of the show. Super happy to be here, super happy you're here. And it's November, as you know, we're celebrating National Podcast Posting Month. We're doing 30 episodes of the Fish Nerds in 30 days. They are all going to be fish in the news, and they are all going to be fun. And we need your help. Here's how you can get involved. Call the Fish Nerds hotline, 607-378-FISH, and leave us a voicemail with a fishy news story of your choice. That's a fine way to do it, but the sound quality is kind of like, meh, okay. Better yet, take your cell phone. Find the recorder function, the voice memo function. Find a fishy news story and record it and email that to clay@fishnerds.com. Now, here's the cool thing. Do that, and then while you do it, plug whatever you want. If you have a podcast, Instagram, Facebook group, fishing service, whatever it is, just tell us about it, and I'll play that in the show as well. Tonight's journey takes us to a listener. First listener call-in, Aaron Boucher, and it made me so happy to get this email with his version of Fish in the News. So let's jump right on in. You take it away.
News, fish in the news. Everybody loves their fish in the news.
Hello, fellow fish nerds. This is listener Aaron Boucher with a Fish in the News story for NaPodPoMo. This story comes from UK news source The Independent, and the headline is, "Mystery fish being eaten by Australians found to be unknown to science." People in Queensland, Australia have been catching and eating a species of grouper that hadn't ever been officially documented. The fish is pretty unremarkable looking without any distinctive markings, but a fish expert from the Queensland Museum named Jeff Johnson started looking into it after a fisherman sent him a photo. Wanting to follow up, Johnson asked for a sample but was told the fish had already gone to market. Johnson eventually found himself at a Brisbane fish market where he was able to purchase several of the fish. After some genetic testing, the fish was revealed to in fact be a new species named Epinephelus fusco-maganatus. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I bet Doc Martin can set me straight there. The fish lives around the Great Barrier Reef, and the article doesn't say anything about the conservation status of the fish, but hopefully someone figures that out if they're going to keep eating it. This has been Fish in the News for Fish Nerds, NaPodPoMo.
News, fish in the news. Everybody loves their fish in the news.
All right, and he forgot to do a little plug of his the podcast he's been working on and his Instagram, so we're going to put that.
Hi guys, Aaron again with a quick plug. I recently got the chance to sit down and talk fishing with Mason over at the Adventure Sports podcast. It would be great if you wanted to give it a listen. You can find it wherever you get your podcasts from, iTunes. I believe there's also a recording up on YouTube if that's the way you listen. You can find me on Instagram at hike_paddle_fish. And if you want to reach out, you can get me at hikepaddlefish, all one word, .info@gmail.com. Thanks.
Great. So, hey, thanks so much for doing that. And again, email clay@fishnerds.com to get your voice on the show. I do have one more kind of really cool piece of fishy news for you. There's a big awards coming up called the 2019 Discover Pods Awards, presented by Buzzsprouts. You could find a link on the internet if you go to awards.discoverpods.com for the finalists. And more than 1,700 podcasts got nominated, including the Fish Nerds. So here's what your job is to do. I'm going to put a link in the show notes. So just scroll down on your app and click through the link. Or go to awards.discoverpods.com. Excuse me. No editing. I'm going to do the show without editing. So go to awards.discoverpods.com and click on through it, and you will see a place to place your vote. You can do it every single day. And I'm going to tell you who to vote for. I'm going to make it real simple for you, okay? If you're in here, and you can vote for who you like, and I'm not doing all the categories, but for this in the sports category, you must vote for the Fish Nerds. We're competing with like real sports people. The Fish Nerds are about fishing, not a real sport. Sorry to tell you anyone that. It's a pretend sport. It's a lot of fun, not a sport. Best interview style podcast. You should vote for Ignorance Was Bliss. And the reason you should vote for that is because first, it's a great show, but second, it's an independent podcast. She's competing. Kate is competing against a large podcast like what NPR puts out. Let's support the little guys, the independent shows. Best history podcast, my friend Emily Peck Prokop put out. It's called The Story Behind. It's excellent. Every single week, she'll take a deep dive into some mundane thing and tell you about it. And it's a great show. Kids and family podcast, you must vote for The Varmints. You have no choice. Do it now. The Varmints is by far the best kids show on the internet right now. It's so much fun. Paul and Donna will make you laugh every day. And at the end, you'll have a voice crush on one or both of them. I'm not going to tell you which one I love, but they're both terrific. Best TV and movies podcast. You want to go for the epic film guys. Best audio drama or fiction. Go for Girl in Space. Best arts podcast. Oh No Lit Class with my friend Megan Danger Hess. She's been on the Fish Nerds podcast. She's our friend. You also want to go to health and fitness. And you want to vote for Hate to Wait. And for People's Choice, well, it's your choice. Go for who you want. But I voted for Dark Poutine with Mike Brown. And those are your choices. Again, that's at awards.discoverpods.com. And thank you for listening. Bye.